Posehn. I used to have a podcast where I played Dungeons and Dragons with a bunch of my friends. I missed it, so I decided to make a new one. It's called Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. It's myself, a couple of my buddies, Blaine Capatch, Dan Telfer, Ken Daly, an occasional guest or two, and we're going to be playing in a new setting, my dining room. Each week you'll hear my wife, my son, my dogs, and we're going to be playing in a place that I love and playing the game that I've loved half my life, Dungeons and Dragons. We've got 5th edition, and we're ready. So are you ready? Here's Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker.
Hey, it's Brian Posehn.
Ooh,
And you're
back.
listening to
Brian and the Lobster. Yorg.
It's the Morning Zoo. Flappy. Fat Steven.
Hey, it's me, Fat.
And Stacy.
I prefer to just go by Fat.
All right. The worst morning show.
Hey, everybody.
I once wrote a Higgins, Boyes, and Gruber sketch for them on something that we did, and it was Steve Higgins and Grube and Al Higgins. Oh no, Dave Higgins, and it was them Morning Zoo during the apocalypse, and I don't know where that is, but we did that 20 years ago or something. Yeah, we shot it
For Comedy Channel or
yeah.
Wow.
We've got an apocalypse episode of At Midnight coming up. I'm real excited.
This was my sketch idea. It was a morning zoo, like still trying to be cheery while the world's ending, and they were doing like
That's every radio show.
you
now.
I
know
love
playing
it.
like little
Yeah,
clips
yeah,
of I don't want to work. I just want to bang on my drum all day. Just dumb like late 80s, early 90s shit. Because I worked on one of those radio stations. That was my
man.
before I did comedy. That was one of my jobs. Was I answered the radio? I answered the phone and played Milli Vanilli and shit like that, and hated it.
Tremendous.
So you're listening to Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker.
And
These are
that's
my friends,
Yeah. You turn the radio dial into the weird zone.
Ken, Dan, Blaine.
Black Blue Pap.
And me, Terrence Trent D'Arby.
Terrence Darby?
That's me.
This is
It's
the
me. I'm
second
right here.
episode of the night, so it's always the loose one. If you notice, if you listen to these in order, it'll get stiff and then it'll get loose. It'll get stiff and then loose.
and then stiff and then loose.
Yeah.
Stiff and loose.
I don't want to
We're
say this
loose.
show's going to get a little
We're not
dirty,
stiff at
but
all.
cock.
We were gonna maybe
Fuck
plug a
nozzle.
couple of things. Always like plugging the Patreon account. That's been really great. We've got some fun bonuses coming up soon. So far, if you haven't joined us, if you do, you can hear Sarah and Sark.
You get
we've got
so
Joe
many fun
Manganiello
episodes.
already. Those 2 episodes. We've got the stuff that Rick and Drucker did with us.
We're at a point where if you join, you get 5 whole episodes you haven't heard before, in addition
$4
to
or
what we haven't
$5 a
recorded.
month,
Yeah,
it's
which really
bonus.
isn't much.
for two,
Jonas.
and we're trying to throw a little extra stuff in there. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're going to do a bunch of really cool shit. So if you're not on board, get on board because it's going to benefit you. We're going to.
But yeah, we've got more people coming up. People that
Yeah.
people have been asking for.
Wink.
Forget about who know you know
Albert
who.
Einstein.
Don't forget about him.
He's
Maybe.
coming.
Yeah, he's coming.
And me,
But
Terrence Trent D'Arby.
yeah, and Terrence Trent D'Arby always. But yeah, join us at Patreon. That'd be great. And got a live date I wanted to plug in LA. Like once a year, I do a thing at the Improv, and I've also done shows at Largo. This is a show at Largo, and it's Brian Posehn and Friends, and it's going to be my 30th year in stand-up in July. My anniversary, my 30th anniversary is July 12th, but we're going to do a show on July 25th, and it's me, my friend right next to me, Blaine
Terrence.
Capatch. Blaine Capatch will just be doing Terrence Trent D'Arby
I'm just gonna
jokes.
do wishing well over and over until people remember who I am.
When is this show?
It's July 25th.
Yeah, this will drop on the 17th and 18th.
Oh, cool. So buy tickets now. Go. but I've also been plugging it in, the little pre-tape things that I'm wrapping around the show. And a bunch of funny guys. Greg Proops, Dana Gould, my very old friend. Well, these are all old friends. Karen Kilgariff. Correct. From My Favorite Murder. And from being friends for a long time. And Guy Obelam, Derek Sheen, and maybe some added bonus guests.
Hey, you know who else has a comedy birthday on July 12th, Brian?
Who?
Bill Cosby.
Oh, my God. But that's his actual birthday.
His actual birthday. I only know that from his snowball routine.
Wow, I
Junior
started
Barnes.
stand-up on his birthday.
Weird.
Somebody had to.
When did you start putting pills in girls' drinks?
We're going to...
So on that note, on our last episode,
Oh, man.
you guys had just avoided getting into quite a skirmish with 24 Moon Elves, and you parted ways with Lekis. You ran in.
Parted ways with us.
He did. He decided that he didn't want to have quite as violent the shenanigans as he had been having. You ran into Torzo the Phantasmal, who alerted you that you are not welcome near.
He's so lucky he's not dead.
I've never been more impressed with a.
Especially with how freaky he was.
Yeah, I hated him.
What do you mean you hated me? No, sorry, he's not here. He's not here. But you also ran into Gago after you came very close to splitting him in half.
I took my hatred of Wazoo or whatever the fuck on Gago. What's his name?
Wazoo?
What the guy Torzo? Yeah.
Torzo, yeah.
Torso with his knee.
Took Torzo out on Gago. Sorry, Gago. But Blaine healed him, so. And now we filled him full of elf whiskey. And then we left.
Blaine scouted into.
yeah.
Ken and I went out and
He had been
made out by my pool.
So while you two were blowing each other by the light of the moon, me and Blaine had a little chit chat. And do you want to fly back to the party and tell him what you saw, Blaine?
Sure.
Hey, it's Blaine. It's Twee.
Hey, Twee, what the hell happened?
What'd you see?
Hey,
Yeah, Tom, that's not how you would say hi to Twee.
What did you see?
sorry,
I was wondering too.
gotta pee right back.
What happened?
Sorry, I really had to pee. So I was flying around the castle, as I do.
Sure.
Very top, I found like an observatory.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like I went inside. There was an alcohol cabinet.
Oh, yeah.
You said there's an alcohol cabinet?
Yeah, no, I mean more like Kitty Dukakis rubbing alcohol kind of cabinet. And I got out of there because I had a feeling that if I touched anything, that it would have been the last thing I touched. So, but anyway, what I'm thinking of is maybe we could get in that observatory. I don't know how to get in there or not. If we could maybe go up there.
So there was a balcony that he went in through. He actually went in the room, and there were no immediate repercussions. He didn't notice any traps go off. He didn't encounter anyone, but he got right in the room and was floating around.
But it felt evil?
Yeah, I felt like I didn't want to. Like if I would have messed with anything, I would have.
Wouldn't send your kids there for the summer.
Yeah, it was not conducive to hanging out and looking around.
All right.
And you guys...
How big is the castle?
It's very big. It's taller than Count Amelegda's castle, and it's on a rocky spire with
How many entrances?
Only one that you can see, the drawbridge.
But didn't Gaga show us a way in? Yeah.
He said he would try, and he's you guys are you're just within visual distance of the gardens, and he said he's up for scouting ahead and checking out to see if there's any entrances you guys haven't seen yet. But
Okay.
Yeah, there was a table up in the room that was a little weird too. It had a table like this with a lot of chairs. I don't know if it was a dining thing or not, or
It's where they
if
play
it was maybe it's there were also like a lot of chemicals and stuff up there. So if there is some sort of Castle of Dr. Moreau thing going on, maybe that's where he has people up to, hey, have a crazy hungry man dinner.
Some sort of an alchemist, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's
You
kill
can
him
call
and free
him
these
out.
creatures, or kill these creatures and free him.
You see ahead in the garden too. There's some rustling. It looks like there's some kind of creature. But we'll say you're like 200 yards away from the garden, and you just see some shuffling around in the garden. You're not sure if somebody
So it's
spotted
big?
you, but yeah.
Is there any way to get above the castle, or is it above everything?
Yeah, it's
Can you fly above this big thing?
You-
and see
you-
what it is?
Flat. Which thing?
The thing that we just saw in the garden, 200 yards away.
I don't want to spoil our element.
you
of
think
surprise.
you think you could climb up. So there's sort of a rocky pass leading up to the gardens. So there's two cliff faces. You feel like there's paths where you could actually scale on either
Get up
side.
above, maybe work our way down
The
into the
castle itself is in the middle of kind of like a crater. So like
So there's not a lot of approach.
no, but
Is
you could
there a-
definitely go up around the side.
If he's a tiefling, can I carry him?
He's really big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're the smallest member of the party.
Ah,
Can I make myself lighter somehow? Nope.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd be able to carry him too easily.
Okay, just
But yeah, you do have flight on your side. The drawbridge is currently down.
You can't cast flight on someone else
I could, yeah.
or on an object.
Okay. I also have a levitate.
I'm just thinking maybe we could like find a log or something and ride it in.
Or why don't I? If he's up for it, why don't I just cast levitate on him and fly him up there?
Yeah, just him.
Yeah,
You
and his stuff.
just because he's a rogue, you think he'll be able to?
Well, he's the one expressing interest in this. Maybe we could go up and see what's going on.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bodhi?
Well, I want to go up too, but I'll keep marching up there, or can I
you
climb?
fly us both up there?
I
Or
think so,
You have
yeah.
to wait.
I feel like you could probably cast levitate on both of them and carry both of them.
Yeah, I could maybe have to make 2 trips.
And if
but-
not,
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go
why don't
first.
you could do it in 2 trips. I'm gonna-
Tom first.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay. You hear from the gardens kind of muffled noises.
Okay.
You're gonna fly him up.
Giant guard dog.
Yeah.
They might have like some big guard dog kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from anything that will draw my attention. I don't want to be noticed. So, can I control my direction, or is he directing me to where I'm going if I'm being levitated?
It's up to you guys. I mean, if you're levitating, that makes you weigh less, and so
Right.
he will be the one
Oh, so
guiding
he's
you.
carrying me out.
He's
Yeah,
basically
oh,
carrying.
yeah,
Yeah,
I got it.
yeah.
Okay.
He's still got to grab you by your clothes and
Alright.
kind of hoist you
That's
around
perfect,
because
yeah.
you're
That works.
yeah.
Yeah, just take me up to
Yeah, zip. I'm gonna drop you off. Come
I'm
down,
basi-
do the
the
same
balcony.
thing.
I'm saying if you got levitate, you weigh 0.
Right.
But
I can't control my direction.
when you're being pulled above a certain height, you do weigh something. It's just less.
All right.
And yeah. So, how are you gonna do this? You gonna go?
I'm gonna drop him off. Go back down. Do the same thing with Bodhi.
Okay. Why don't you roll? Do you have? Can I see a character sheet real quick? I want to look at the abilities list. Now that I'm trying to do this properly, anybody. Let's do Twee because I'm talking about Twee. So let's say you do not have a stealth rating.
He's just talking about me.
I can dig it. Roll a dex check, and let's say it's you're carrying him and you're trying to be stealthy. It's a difficulty of 15.
6.
So what's your bonus there?
Is a +5. So no.
Okay, so here's what happens. You get him above the garden, and somebody sees you. You're being very careful. You're looking to see, you know, like how can I cling to the cliff face and then kind of like arc across when nobody's looking. And you're so far away you can't really get a good look, but you feel like everybody has stiffened up. All the shapes stop at one point. And you start to see them collect themselves inside the castle.
Okay.
Drawbridge is still down. And the garden is on the other side. So like this is the garden, this is the drawbridge, this is the castle. And it's still down and they're shuffling around over here in the garden.
Should I go down and get this guy?
Yeah, drop me off.
All right.
All right, so you drop him off in the tower?
Yeah.
Great.
I'm going to try and lock the door to access it.
Lock the door?
I'm going to go inside the room and lock whatever door is leading to that room from inside the castle.
All right. Go for it. Let's can I see your skill sheet, please?
Something's coming up.
Yeah. Let's say cuz what is that? There's like a lockpick. There's not a lockpicking skill. What is that, like traps or something?
I'm an arcane trickster, so. I'm an arcane trickster, so it's all about pickpocketing.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what I should have you roll to figure the lock out, because it has a lock on it. It doesn't have a key handy.
Intelligence, dexterity.
Yeah, let's do intelligence. That makes sense. Well, no, it would be dexterity, right? Let's do dexterity. That makes more sense because you're a thief.
Yeah.
That's their big skill. Let's say.
Trying to make sure nobody comes in while we're working.
Yeah. Let's do difficulty 10 with your bonus.
Okay. 14.
Boom. So you get it locked. Twee goes back. And hey, Bodhi.
Yeah.
So while you're hanging out with Gago and you're making small talk, you notice a shape come out of the garden and start lumbering towards you.
Hold on, I'm pouring Ken some water.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Ken's getting some... should we pause? Yeah. Let's pause for just a microsecond. Hey, Bodhi.
Yeah.
So you and Gago, you're hanging out. You notice something. It starts... It pops its head out of the garden and starts lumbering towards you.
How big? How far away?
It's about 200 yards. And it looks like a big human with a weird head.
So like me?
Yeah, like you. Except there's some stuff sticking out of its head.
Okay. So before I go to Floyd's barbershop.
Yes.
Until
when you're real scraggly, when you're in total scarecrow
like
mode.
Right how I look right now.
Yeah.
I'm about to go to Floyd's
you need
tomorrow.
To trim that shit.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I go from professor to crazy professor in just a couple of weeks.
Gago says, that shit looks gross. And sure enough, it is a large human body with broad shoulders, big beefcake arms, total Magic Mike shit. And then it's got some kind of rhinoceros-like head on top of it. So it's kind of like a minotaur, except instead
He's
of...
ugly?
Yeah.
Is he extremely ugly?
He's extremely ugly.
Cool.
And as soon as he's within earshot, he stops and he calls out, "Who goes there?
You talking to me?
Would you tussle in my garden? You stay out of my garden."
No. Was I walking towards this garden? I was already...
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where I was going.
Bodhi,
What?
light him up.
Twee whispers from afar, a message that somehow reaches your ears upon the wind.
Just send you a text.
Yeah.
Just light him up.
4G is actually pretty good here, you wouldn't think, but...
Okay.
I'll go to the parking garage.
So... Well, I'm not going to light him on fire. Is that what you're...
Nah,
He's just saying
I'm
fuck
just
him
going
up.
to fight him. Okay, yes.
Yeah, I would say
gonna keep walking
Blaine
towards him.
is making his way back to you, but he is 3 combat rounds away from you.
I'm not worried about it.
So he'll be there soon, but no, you're not worried about it?
Mm-hmm.
So this guy is 150 yards away.
Okay.
What you going to do?
He's coming for you.
He's yelling nonsense about his garden.
Gago,
Yeah, man.
want to see something awesome?
Does it include getting a sword in my stomach again?
No.
Cool, because I'm not too into that jackass shit.
Want to see me do it to this guy?
Yeah, man.
Do you want to help me?
Yeah,
Come on, let's go.
bro. What you want to do?
I don't know.
You want me to cast a spell on him?
What's your spell? What do you got?
I got Stink Cloud.
Okay, what'll that do to him?
I mean,
It'll make him think that he just ordered guac.
Okay.
if I hit him right, he'll throw up and shit.
Okay, do that, and then I'm gonna stab him a bunch.
He goes. He flies ahead of you and casts Stink Cloud right in this thing's face. He pulls a little wand out of his belt,
Does he say anything funny?
he's real far away, but you hear upon
Fuck you, man.
yeah, you hear him say as he
Creative.
he pulls his wand back. He says, "Suck on this, bitch." It does.
It's in the original Latin.
It does some damage.
Sorry, I was eating peanuts. Peanuts. Peanuts.
Oh, he's eat that dick. But also, this thing starts waving its arms in the air, and you hear it go, and then it starts throwing up in the air, and just vomit lands all over its face as it's waving its arms, like just completely thrown off its guard. He flies back to you and says, "Oh man, oh shit."
Well, I'm gonna rage and just run at him.
Go for it.
I've been watching Vikings finally.
How's that show?
Like, it's pretty good. It's like 4 seasons in, but I started on season 1.
Yeah.
It's inspired my Bodhi a little bit. So let's see.
Yeah, I was going to watch it. But I didn't see the early episodes.
I just start running right towards him, berserker. Well, I'm raging.
Cool. Roll to attack.
You would have to
How
time
long?
that right so you didn't like run out of energy like about 50 yards away.
Well, how long does it take me to get to him? 150 yards away.
It'll take a turn.
Okay.
So Twee's not there yet. Not that you give a shit.
What's my friend Tom doing?
Tom is finishing locking a door up in Count Barriss's citadel. So.
All right. Let me know when I'm.
Yeah, roll to attack,
them.
man. He's still throwing up all over the place.
Now, is this an actual attack roll or is this something else?
This is you're rolling to attack.
Okay.
It's you and him in combat. So
Okay.
he gets a 20.
What did I hit? 12. Yeah. So, strength bonus, right, on that? Or yeah. So that's a 17.
Cool. He's still gonna go first. He knows you're approaching.
Don't I have another? I'd get a +2 on my initiative though?
Oh,
Right.
yeah. So, but
Or
he
not.
he still rolled a
Or not.
20. I think that gives you a 19. I think
Yeah,
you're really
you're
close. You're really close.
rolled
That
one.
said,
I didn't hear you say that,
he's knows he's engaging in combat, but he's blinded with stink, and you see just this
Ripped up
dark
like a deuce.
this dark brown shit cloud just like tracing around his
I
face.
hope I'm still chaotic good, but I don't give a fuck what's going on with him.
Chaotic ugly.
I'm just gonna fuck him up.
Piper Parabo.
He tries to. He's got no weapons, so he tries to take a
care,
swing at
Dan.
you. He's got a garden. What do you call it?
Told me to stay out of his garden.
He's got a trowel in one hand.
Oh, so this
No,
is
you're
like the big
trowel.
dumb gardener.
Yeah. But he's muscular as fuck.
Well, he was being intimidated. I took it as a
Yeah.
threat. So
Wish I would have got more love with my trowely joke.
He misses, but he tries to stick you with his
Mr.
trowel.
Trowley.
He tried to stick you with his trowel and he missed.
He tries to stick me and he missed. Okay. Well,
This is shaped
And
to
as
be
he
the
does it,
trowel
he
of the
swings.
century.
The trowel goes right past your head, and he says, "Ah, give that the green banishes you. Stay out of my garden."
Right. Well,
he's got a weird rhino head. It looks like one of those prehistoric rhinos where it's got like forks in its horns. There's not just two horns. There's a bunch of horns.
Do anything to him? My 17 or
you
that was an initiative.
That was initiative. That was
Okay,
initiative.
cool.
Now you can attack in properly.
It's just an 8, right? Is that what it is? 8. And then plus 5.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get him real good. Roll for damage.
Yeah, get it a little closer.
Where are you
A
aiming?
little closer. Is it? Well, we're playing 2 games. Yeah. Our box has lights. Our dice tower. 6 plus. Raging. So 10.
Damn. All right. So you stick him in the gut. He is still alive. It doesn't quite spill his guts out, but blood splashes across the grass, and he goes, "How dare you! How dare you!" He's still kind of swinging blindly. So this is gonna be a minus to his. Yeah, he fucking swings with his other fist and misses you again.
Fuck him.
That's a spirit.
Roll that again. That was on its side.
11, 16.
Shit, that's a hit.
Okay.
What you trying to do this time?
Where is he?
Right in front of you.
I'm gonna stab him in the fucking nuts.
Jesus.
7 plus 4, 11.
So, big old Rocky Mountain oyster goes flying over your shoulder as you pull your sword out from between his legs, and he goes, "God, dearie, 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 oh my!" And he puts both his big meat fists in his crotch and topples over, and he's wiggling around on the ground, cursing you.
Oh, good. I'm gonna stab him in the fucking face.
Go for it. Yeah, he's not taking this turn. He's incapacitated.
Oh, 20.
20.
Go for it.
I was gonna pet cemetery him. I was gonna just cut his Achilles tendons. So he went no fair and fell over.
By the way, as you roll this 20, Twee, you managed to catch up to Bodhi. So you get to kind of hover over this.
He's coming down to go, don't kill him, he's good. Like,
Do you want to roll to attack, or are you just gonna watch him finish this?
well, I think he's done, right? With this, I'm face stabbing him with the 20.
I'm just trying to get a feel for what Twee's doing as he approaches.
I saw this happening, so I'm just sort of slowing my approach a little bit.
Great. Roll. This is double. Double damage. You rolled a 20.
I'll get him hot. 10.
And you're raging, so I should actually be giving you an extra attack each round. I mean, but you just did.
Oh, shit.
You just did 20.
Yeah.
So
Well, basically. Oh, yeah.
you don't
you're
need
right.
it that much because
I didn't need it.
he's blinded.
Yeah.
But you just did 20, and then you get a damage. You get a bonus on top
on my rage, and then yeah.
So you just did 28 damage. Let's see.
Oh, you would double that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 20. 14 plus 11 is
25.
25 plus 28. So
53.
On his face.
he had 48 hit points. That is more than 48. So where were you swinging this time?
Just where was he? So
He's on the ground on his side, grabbing his ball hole.
I'll just chop his head off.
Yeah. His head comes clean off, and gristle and blood, and like a vein just gives a little arc across the sky. You see a little blood rainbow as his head just sort of rolls down the mountainside.
Cool. Good. Let's keep moving.
As you do decapitate him, you notice it was not, his rhino head was not necessarily stitched It looks as if there were two animals that became one. There's something very fishy about his anatomy.
Speaking of fishy, I'm going to cast a little floating spell on Bodhi here.
Okay. No one take me up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Gago follows you as you fly up. As you catch up, nobody's...
Refresh my memory. I know listeners are going to hate me, but how long does rage last?
I think just one encounter.
But I get 3.
Encounter. Yeah, it's like 3 per day, right?
Right.
3 per day. It lasts an encounter, and then it's done.
Okay.
So as you fly away, your rage effectively dissipates.
Okay.
You get to the top of the tower, and
what happens if there's multiple targets though in a room, and I'm trying to?
I think if they're
couple,
in melee range, you get to use your bonus action to attack one of them.
But it really would only last per target. Well,
no, it would last the whole encounter. It would last the whole fight you're currently in. So
so whoever's in the room, I
think multiple targets is actually what it's good for. If you're within striking range,
gotcha,
and you're in rage, like let's say I'm you, I could chop at you, and then with my bonus action, chop at him.
Okay. But Ken's just stretching, just doing anything.
You've been in a lot of one-on-one fights so far,
yeah, that's true.
So it's hard to tell.
Okay. Cool.
As you fly away, you see something that looks suspiciously like 4 little badgers with human faces scurry out of the gardens and examine the corpse of Geved the Green, who you just decapitated.
Mm-hmm. Like a fucked up Mr. Toads.
I hate this place.
You notice all the human faces on these animals are very pale, and they've been, there's human faces on a giant toad, human faces on badgers, but it was a rhino, like a prehistoric rhino's head on a man's body, and you're getting a very Dr. Moreau vibe about Count Barriss's place.
Okay.
You meet.
Also, I don't know, during all this, I'm scouting around the room and just seeing what's there.
Yeah, there are a lot of strange tools in the alchemy side table. Once you open it up, you realize it's not all for potion mixing. There's a lot of strange...
You're not going up there to fish, are you?
Arcane instruments, little tools that look like they're surgical, but with runes carved on them. A lot of strange little necromancy type stuff. And so they catch up to you. They get to the top of the tower. And Tom has locked himself in the top of the tower.
Okay. How do we get in?
Oh,
you came in through the balcony.
Coming through the window. I just locked the way.
Cool.
In case he's coming in.
Cool.
Okay, now.
Hi.
All right, so we're all here. Now I'm going to...
I just killed a big gross thing down there.
Okay.
I'm going to tell everybody that we need to be very quiet.
Oh, where's Gago?
And then I'm right here, bitch. And then I'm going to turn around and drag my sword across a bunch of glass. I'm going to turn around and it's going to knock over some glasses. And I'm going to...
Are you really?
No.
No.
Okay.
I'll catch it as it goes. My sword will grab. Okay. Well, then I will grab it before it hits the floor, and I'll look at camera and go.
All right. So you're locked at the top of this tower. What do you want to do?
Let's find Bariss and kill him.
Head down. Yeah. I'm just doing it for a security measure, just to be sure. Take a little extra time to get in. So we're gonna leave this room now.
You're gonna unlock the door? All right. You unlock the door. There's a little spiral staircase with stained glass windows. Seems like a very nice castle.
Sounds pretty.
Is this the tallest spire in the castle?
Certainly, in this castle, yeah. Okay. There's a south tower too. This is the north tower that Twee had picked out for you.
It's like cedars.
All right. So let's head down.
Great place to go in if you were in a car accident in Beverly Hills.
We're all old, by the way, because I said cedars. Yeah, cedars.
All right.
So
let's
head down the stairs.
By a stair.
You get a few flights down before there's another doorway, and you realize you could, potentially visit a room or keep heading down the stairs. So far, everything is quiet.
Do we hear anything?
How quiet are you guys trying to be?
Super quiet.
Because you're a bunch of clunky motherfuckers. Are you still levitating?
I'm
Are
super
you
dexterous and live?
I mean, what's going to be loud about me? My rain stick collection. I mean, I brought my rain.
Well,
sticks.
your spells will wear off pretty soon. If you're going to keep going down the stairs, you can't keep floating down them forever without casting spells again.
Sure. I'll start walking at this point.
Okay. What about this first door? Are you going to keep heading down?
I'm
or-
listening at the door to see if I hear anything.
You don't hear anything, but it is closed and locked, and you think you can start to hear a little bit of voices far, far down the staircase. It doesn't sound like they're getting closer. You think you're just approaching something.
Okay. Pick the lock.
Go for it. Roll your dex. Difficulty of 10. You nailed it. You pop the door open, and inside there is what looks like a gurney, some buckets, and another door. This room's very dark. There's one window, no torch. It's a very simple room.
There's light coming in though. Through the window.
Limited light. It's not a bright and shiny land you're in right now, but you're in the mountains, so it cuts through the mist a little bit.
Okay.
This door is also locked.
Listening at the other door.
This door, you've encountered something like this before recently, or maybe you'll remember where, but there's no handle, there's no signs of how to open it exactly, and it's all wooden, but
Is there any space under the door?
yes.
I'm gonna look through the space under the door.
There's something alive inside. Twitching.
Twitching.
Oh, it's like a experiment room, or probably.
How did we open this door before? Checking around the door for any loose stone.
Tell me if you think you remember the last time you saw this door, and I'll tell you what you did.
Don't remember.
All right.
Can't remember. But yeah, I'm just feeling around stones around.
Do an intelligence check, difficulty of 12.
10 plus 5.
Great. You find on the other side of the door there's some sort of latch that you think people were magically moving around at about arm's height, the way a normal doorknob would be.
So it has to be opened from the other side with magic.
It has to be moved from the inside with magic, yeah.
Or can I stick a dagger through the door and flip it up or anything like
You
that?
can try, but I don't know how that's going to go.
Okay. Let's see. I can cast Mage Hand, I believe.
Can you?
How big is
I know Blaine can cast Mage Hand.
That's a basic. Just an automatic for me, I believe.
Yeah?
What a cantrip.
Is it one of your cantrips, Blaine? You just have Blaine cantrip that shit.
Sure.
Excuse me.
If you don't have it as a
I have
a learn spell.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I can just
Cool.
little mage hand it.
You pop it open, and you see something with long wires stuck into it. It looks like almost human. It's fleshy. It's got no arms, no legs. It looks like a torso and a head. It's propped up with a simple pile of straw. The wires that are hooked into it go into a small box in the wall, and it appears to have something like a face, but it almost looks healed over, and except it has eyes. It looks like a human head and torso, no limbs, just eyes in its face.
Looks like or is a human head.
You're pretty sure it's a human head and torso, and it looks alive.
Nice.
It's got a simple sheet over it.
Well, does it see us?
Yeah.
Is it saying, put me out of my misery?
You're not sure. It depends. Do you want to go in this room? You want to look at it? You want to try and talk to it? What do you want to
Set
do?
it on fire.
Let's talk to it first.
Yeah, it doesn't have a mouth. It's got flesh sort of healed over it, but Gago looks at you guys and says, I think this thing is trying to send a telekinetic message to me. I don't know what the fuck it's saying. Telepathic message? What do you call that shit when it talks to your inside brain?
That's right.
Yeah.
What's it saying?
I think it's saying, get me out of here.
Is it a
Go to
celebrity?
another room. Before I do that.
Before you put it out of its misery.
I'm not going to bring him with us till we kill everything.
Right, exactly. All right, let's. Any other doors in this room?
No. It seems as if this level of the tower is almost exclusively for the keeping of this person.
Interesting.
Tell him we'll be back.
Can
It actually, when you say that, it turns away from you as if it understands.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Also, when you say that and it turns away, you guys feel like you get a little ping inside your head. Like maybe you understood what it was saying a little bit. You don't quite hear a voice, but you get like an affirmative, like,
Okay.
oh, okay. Affirmative. In particular, Blaine, you think you can hear very quietly in your head, all right.
Oh.
very calm for its condition?
Apparently it's being turned into Dick Cavett.
He's doing fine. He's just very pale. So yeah, you want to get out of here and head back down the tower?
Yeah. I want to kill something.
Right. Let's see which one of these is coming up the stairs, because something is coming up the stairs.
Something wicked. Wake up.
Coming up the stairs in a formal robe is a person. It is carrying a long staff, and it has a long serpent-like neck. It's sticking out of its robe is this sort of leathery neck that goes 3 heads high, and it sort of cocks its head at you as it rounds the corner and grabs its staff. Close to its body. Yeah, I think it's time to roll initiative, ladies and gentlemen. This thing rolls a 4.
I got 14 on him.
What'd you get? Did you roll yet? No.
Whoa!
Why don't you roll that again? Why don't you roll that again? Hey!
7.
11?
7-11.
So I think we're
Plus? Do you
we're going Brian.
have any plus on your initiative?
What's that, my dexterity? Yeah, plus
do we have a
5.
plus to
Oh, you do? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
What's
so
your-
So he's ahead of me.
Okay.
I had
17.
14 and
Well,
he
then
has...
I'm at 11.
Cool. So we're going Blaine, Brian, then Ken, then the thing. So what you gonna do, Blaine? It has very thin human lips and it purses them as it.
no, the purse lips. I'm going.
It doesn't.
You know this is Barris?
No.
What should we say? What is it? What is your name? I mean, we're...
Sure.
Yeah.
You can use that as a reaction this round.
No, I'd rather attack. But
Who are you and what are you doing here?
It says, "You're not welcome here. The governor would not allow it."
We know it's not
I'm gonna thunder wave him down the steps.
Go for it.
Okay.
I mean, I know you thunderwave it. We'll see what happens to him.
All right.
He's gonna try to roll a saving throw because he's ready.
Sure, do it.
He braces himself and he slides down a couple of steps and takes some damage. But he's still in there, glaring you down.
All right. Interesting.
Who's up?
these are like... How are these steps? What do these steps look like?
They're a spiral stone staircase that you've been walking down. They're very narrow, and his head peeked around the corner before the rest of him.
Is there a
'cause he's-
railing or...
Yep. It's a wooden railing. A thin one, very, very elegant wooden railing along the curves of the tower. What you looking at, Blaine? What you thinking?
Oh no, just stuff. Just thinking about stuff.
I'm just going to run at him and swipe at his long neck.
Go for it.
My long sword. My great sword. Plus 5.
I also probably should have had you guys roll to brace for the thunder wave, but I'll say Twee, you were ahead of everybody and a little farther down the stairs.
Oh, did you cast Underwave?
Yeah.
Reading my stuff.
Also, it's a spirally staircase, so wouldn't travel that well around the back of him.
I forgot to cast rage on him, but I'm going to save one of my rages or my other 2. So
What did you roll to attack?
15.
Oh yeah, that'll connect. What about that damage, son?
All right.
Why'd I call you son? That's gross.
Because you're from Chicago. That was gnarly.
I'm from the streets.
5, and then 7.
And where are you aiming?
Neck.
Great. You take a big old chunk out of it, and he kind of flops against the side of the tower, but he's still doing all right. He's still in the.
Do I
He's
get
still in
another
the.
attack on him? Or
Yep.
No? I do.
If you're raging,
Oh, I wasn't.
no, then you're
Yeah,
not.
So no. Okay. Damn it. Should have.
And I say,
Like once I roll, I can't. Right. Like because I had already
yeah,
said.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I didn't.
That's
push
when
it,
the fans will get mad at you.
Right.
and I say
They heard you.
I say, lay down. Casting sleep.
You're casting sleep on him? All right. Let me see what the saving throw for sleep is. Hey Blaine, can I ask you for what saving throw versus sleep is? 276, you say?
Saving throw versus sleep.
First level enchantment, range of... Roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect.
I'm only casting it on 1, so.
Right. Well, it's a first level of enchantment, so that's got its own difficulty. All right. Ooh, well, he failed his saving throw.
Night.
He falls down in a clump.
Do as you will.
You want
Nah,
to
I'm not gonna kill him if he's sleeping.
Really?
I had thought about it, but
I'm gonna wake him up.
Are you?
Yeah.
before you
Just so he'll kill him?
Yeah.
You gonna slap him around?
nah,
Hey.
How long does he sleep? 1 minute.
Gaga goes, should we kill him? Let's kill him.
He's sleep for a minute.
all right, yeah, I'm just finished cutting his head off.
It works.
Yeah.
God, you guys. Keep going. Let's go down the hill or down the stairs.
I mean, they just shooting an arrow in his face. I don't know which is crueler.
As you go farther down the stairs, you reach a landing where there's people out there. There's
see us yet?
humanoids. They don't see you yet. You manage to kind of sneak
How
off
many?
to the side.
Any close doorway?
It looks like there's 4 beings out on this landing. It's still pretty high up in the castle, but it's bigger than a balcony. It's like what you would throw a barbecue on. It's like a little porch. And you feel like if you go farther down, you'll get closer to the keep proper, or you could try
Is
to.
it high enough to push somebody off?
Yeah.
Okay. For the
If
closest guy I'm going to push off.
Are there any doors or anything
Roll to
on
it.
this landing?
No, this is the one door in and off of the landing that you can see.
Okay. Sounds good.
So if we're rolling to attack, let's roll to attack
I
everybody.
do have
Initiative
a stealth bonus.
You do?
Well, for a big guy.
What's your bonus?
Just a 2, but...
Okay. Great.
What do I have?
Well, my boys over here are going to roll their initiative. Just
Have they seen us yet?
no, but I'm going to just see what
I was going to try to do this before they saw us.
fair. Yeah, before I roll
You don't
initiative.
need initiative.
My idea was to push 1, so then we only have 3 to contend with.
All right, so let's bring this down to bullet time. Let's slow it down. You round the corner. You're about to go into full-on charge, and you see 4 humanoids with
Or French schoolgirls.
they're in the same kind of robes as the guy with the serpent neck, but they've all got weird, sort of animalistic, fleshy heads. None of them look like anything that belongs on a human body. You see some horse kind of shapes on a couple of them, and you see some broader, stranger stuff, but you don't get a good look because you're rounding
Any
the
of
corner.
them looking off in the distance, or what are they looking at?
They're all talking to each other animatedly on the landing.
So,
they're all wearing robes and carrying the same sort of
There's
staffs.
3 of them?
4 of them.
4 of them.
So let's
2 of them are thicker. 2 of them are taller.
Yeah.
kill the last one.
Yeah, okay.
So what are you gonna do? I missed that because I was
We're
talking.
going to split to 3.
We're each going to take 1 and then try to just push them off and then kill the last guy.
You want to pick one of the 2 horse-looking motherfuckers, or
Sure.
2 of the hippo-looking motherfuckers?
Well, whoever's biggest.
One of the hippo squatter guys.
Okay.
They still don't see you. You get right up next to them.
And I just push them with 2 gauntlets
Cool,
of ogre
let's-
power. I just shove.
And you get an automatic success because with that bonus and stealth, they're fucked. So one dude, just as he's just sort of like almost registering you, you connect both your hands into his shoulder, fling him in an arc over the wall. He passes the keep and just sort of tumbles down into the crater and out of sight. He doesn't even get a word out. He doesn't even make a noise. He just silently disappears into the horizon.
I forgot to rage, damn it.
You did forget to rage, and these guys are gonna roll initiative. So why don't the rest of you?
Oh,
He spoiled the element of surprise.
I see.
Right? Oh, shit. Well, no, I
I
thought
said
we
we're
were
all
all 3.
gonna do
We were
it
all
together.
3 on 1.
Are you?
But that was the idea.
All right.
Yeah, we all were going to act at once.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you?
right.
Of course you are.
gonna
Of
wait
course you are. What do you do?
But I was just saying that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Why don't we have a roll for initiative between the 2 of you at least, so I can tell Blaine or Ken who's going next. Yeah, just real quick.
20.
4. Blaine, what's Twee gonna do?
I'm supposed to push one of these guys, right?
Yeah, we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna push this guy. Whoever's closest to the edge.
Just try and give him a shove.
Yeah.
Great. One roll a strength check. 12.
Jeez.
What's your bonus for strength? You got one?
For strength,
And do you have a stealth bonus?
I don't know if I have a strength bonus. No, I don't have a strength bonus. I don't have a stealth bonus either.
Okay, so
So I do not. I'm not very successful.
it's a 6. You thud into him, and he reels backwards, and there's like a hip height stone mini wall, and he kind of leans against it and almost goes over the edge, but he's staring at you in horror as his friend goes flying in a spiral.
Is it too late for me to do a little mage hand, to go up and just kind of like
No, absolutely, you can do that.
like slap his face a little bit?
Actually, wait. Let me think. So you're doing stealth. I'll give you I'll give you an extra action. So
Okay, so he starts to go backwards, and then I'm gonna mage hand him, like to slap his face a bunch.
let's
Back and
give.
forth to kind of like disorient him.
Why don't you roll another 20, and if it's over a 10, it'll do something interesting.
A 12.
You kind of go slap, and he goes to swat at it, and the momentum makes him keel over, and he flips down, and you hear a crunch as he hits the keep floor.
I'm gonna look at camera and shrug.
Ken, what you gonna do?
Charging the other. next guy closest to the edge.
What you gonna do? Just try to give him a shove like the other?
Yeah.
Great. Roll a strength check, difficulty 12, please.
5, no.
Same thing happens. You knock him into his shoulder. He kind of lands on his side, and for a second, he almost does like a dance move. And he looks at you. He's like, "Well."
I can't cast a spell.
You get a bonus action. I'll let you.
Okay.
You can do one more.
Okay.
You have a mage hand?
He got the mage hand, and I'll give you
Give him a-
something.
Yeah, I'll go.
Fucking
Firebolt him.
twist his nuts.
Firebolt, do it.
I'll firebolt him in the nuts.
Great. So
So it's a 1d10.
yeah,
damage.
he misses his saving throw obviously because he's surprised.
He's a big dum-dum.
Yeah.
Who's that? 6.
Great. So
His crotch on fire.
yeah, so and he's screaming on the ground. He's extremely uncomfortable, but he is not flown over. His robes are on fire, but he's alive.
All right.
Gago comes out of the gateway wailing, motherfuckers! And he pulls his wand out and fires right into the other hippo guy's face. And
So you
does
didn't get your guy to go.
No.
Okay.
I just set him up.
he shoots a stink cloud up this guy's nostril, and he goes
Worst
reeling
place to
back.
get a stink cloud.
He doesn't manage to get him over the railing, but the guy is swatting furiously at his face and gagging and puking and all the stuff that Geved the Green, the rhino minotaur guy in the garden, was doing. But then he comes back. He pulls knives out of his belt and just start little tiny nail clipper sized knives and just starts stabbing the shit out of this guy's face. Just like
Gago does that?
yeah. And he does
God.
he does only 1 point of damage to this guy's face, but he freaks the fuck out and falls over backwards off the railing. And you got one guy left on fire on the ground. Brian, you are up.
Chop his head off.
Why don't you roll for it, buddy?
The guy, because the guy's already on fire.
Yeah.
I was all ready to go.
What are you looking up?
Lighting guys on
I was-
fire.
If there was a fourth guy left, I was just going to tell him to join his friends and jump. But
He's left. I mean, you want?
You can tell the left guy that's left.
no, because he's laying on the ground. I was going to have this guy just get up and run, but well, I could still.
You could try to pick him up and just chuck him off the side.
I don't want to get fire on me.
Well, we're at time, so I'm basically just waiting at this
Cool.
point to see how you murder this guy.
I just stomp on his head like it's a bag full of shit on my porch.
All right, roll to attack, sir. Yeah,
roll to ruin
roll to
your
stomp.
your expensive Italian loafers.
14.
Yeah, he's on the
plus
ground.
5,
That's
19.
Yeah. That's a success. So why don't you roll stomping damage. What is it? It's like a 1 plus your strength bonus, I think. So it's 6 damage on his head.
Okay.
So you hear a wet crunch, but he's not dead.
Well,
He's just kind of screaming.
I'll do it again.
Feeling like
When can I
cinnamon
do
wet.
it again?
Feeling
I
like
mean, do
cinnamon
they want to
wet
do
crunch.
anything? Are you just letting him curb stomp this guy to death?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll say you just get it a couple
Okay.
more in and just splats all over the place.
Ken and I are gonna look at it and wince, kind of like when Ryan Gosling killed that guy in the elevator and Drive.
Gago flies in and teabags the
And
guy's puddle
I just yell, "You shit on my house!" from "You Can't Buy Me Love."
I think that'll do it, guys.
All right.
You just cleared this landing. There's a bloody mess below you, and if you peek over the side of the landing, you'll notice there is now a crowd gathered in the little hall walkway. There's not a lot of room down there where the couple of the
bodies
corpses
we
are,
throw
where the
these
bodies
corpses.
are piling up. But there's
bodies.
at least a dozen creatures looking at the mess you've created and staring up at you.
All right. Let's call it. That was episode 14. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Patreon, Nerd Poker on all the social media stuff. And
Yeah, look, shit's getting real exciting on the Patreon, you guys. We're getting real close. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, for real. Like, we're gonna give some books away. We're gonna
great bonus ideas.
we're gonna do some more Twitch video streaming. We're gonna make it worth your while. But get on it.
Come to your house.
Thanks, guys.
Push you off the balcony.
Suck your dick.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Nerd Poker. You can follow us at patreon.com/nerdpoker, and you get bonus episodes from there. And you can also send us anything at P.O. Box 16069, Encino, California 91416. Thanks for listening.